you so much for showing up for my presentation today. So I know that I said in the schedule that we were just going to take some of the old questions from last year and get those out of the way. But looking back at some of those questions, we really covered a lot of ground there. I'm getting a crazy echo that's a little confusing. But anyway, so I think we're not going to do that. So first of all, let's thank our host. Thank you to Liam so much and the whole Beaverhouse crew. Everybody, the multitudes of people who I can't thank them all, but thanks so much to my host. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to play a trailer first that I sent out to my mailing list people, and because I guess you're here because you know that I'm reimagining the BIONICLE soundtrack. So I guess without further ado, let me try to share this video with you, and you'll see like trailer number 1. It's a teaser trailer. Okay. So my I can't do that because my screen sharing is disabled. Is there any way we can enable the screen sharing for Get? Great, so let's try. So anyway, this, as I just said, I sent this out to my mailing list subscribers. And I'm going to play it for you now. Did that go? Okay, great. So so that's just kind of like an introduction to everybody of like where this project might be going. So I made like a little video using some Dolly images, and so everything you're going to see today is a work in progress. So yeah, nothing's really been finalized. So I'm just kind of sharing with you my work as it's progressing. So so like part of the philosophy of what I'm doing is I wanted to sort of capture the idea of like remembering something, of kind of going back in time and maybe seeing something that like from your childhood, that it's familiar, but it's a little different somehow. So people have made some incredible remakes of the original work, and originally I thought since people were asking me about the files. That's actually how this whole thing got started. Is people were asking me like, do you have the original files? Do you have the original songs? And then there's a couple of answers to that, which is number 1, no. The original files are pretty much in a state of disrepair. And number two, they were basically like stems of loops for the Flash environment. So there were never any like really finished songs for this. So that was kind of the idea behind it. So now I'm just like reimagining the whole thing. So that's the background there. So number two, I'm going to play you something that I sent to Liam just to like keep him abreast of like where this whole thing was going. So I'm going to try this audio again. And this is going to be just some like, you know, it's an edit basically of some sketches and demos that I did for myself when I was starting out, and I've just kind of like edited them together in a little bit of a melange. And you might be able to recognize some themes and some songs in here. You might not. So I'd be interested I'd be interested to hear in the chat, like if you recognize anything. So let's try this now to share this. Okay, well, I can see the text, but I can't see the image. Oh, thank you. So, you know, I'm just so not facile with Zoom and like trying to do like all my files while I'm on Zoom. So I'm not sure what to do. Yes. So we basically have to mute my Chrome window. Great. Okay. So now that's out of the way. Okay, so let's share this. Okay, so can you hear me now? So is anyone there? No, I just wanted to see if you could hear me again because I wasn't. Things are muted. Okay, so anyway, so that was just sort of, as I said, like, um, yeah, that was a bunch. Sorry, got a crazy echo in here too. So that was just some like sketches, demos, all edited together of just some things I was working on, like like a lookbook, um, to try to get in the vibe of this whole project. So, did anybody, maybe Liam, if you've been following the chat? Unfortunately, I can't log into the chat. Uh, the the Zoom laptop did not stay with me today, so I'm kind of I'm not really in my element here. So
Log on here. Hi, everyone. I am now also on stream, so I will field the questions, I suppose.
so yeah, I saw some things in the chat go by, but I can't log into the Twitch chat because it's not. It doesn't.
Right. I didn't know that would stop it from scrolling. That would be my bad.
No, I can scroll through it, but I think it's just easier if you just can see questions.
Yeah. So I think the first question here is from Dr. Seuss 321. 3 questions. 1, how to join your mailing list. 2, when this comes out, how can I buy it? And 3, if Bionicle ever came back in full force with a TV show and everything, and Lego wanted you to do the soundtrack, would you do it?
Okay, I will. I'll give you my mailing list info at the end. And second question was what?
Whenever this does come out, how can I buy it?
Okay, so the story there, which I'm getting to next, is that originally I thought, well, I'll put this on Bandcamp, and so that was all well and good, but I was looking at a graphic artist's work for Bionicle, like he does Bionicle like artwork. And I started thinking, like, this artwork is so beautiful. What if I like made a CD? Because it would just be so nice to actually have like something tangible with like artwork that you could like look at and everything. So this will eventually be available on Bandcamp, and there's going to be a CD as well. So it'll be like some attractive merch that you can hold in your hand. And then the third question, I think, was if there was really a TV show, Bionicle, would you do the soundtrack? Well, of course, I would. I'd love to. Composing is not like really my main thing. Part of my story of getting involved with this project was I was really a recording engineer, and I had done some sound design and music. This is like very early tech. This is like hardware samplers and video decks and stuff. I had done some work for a friend of mine's student film, and he ended up opening Templar Studios, which did the MNOG game. So I basically became the entire sound department of the recording, the files, sound design, music, everything. And so I made music for this thing. But I'm really more of like a media composer than a composer. But I would do it. That's the long answer, but yes, I would. Okay, anyone else?
Let me have a look through here. If anyone has any questions, just ping me with them so I don't lose track of them. Um, did
Sorry,
Enoch 2 have a different composer? I feel like that was a story.
yeah, actually, yes and no to that one. It was me, but they blew the budget for MNOG2 because it was so programming heavy. Like they had to write all this custom JavaScript, and it really like kind of got out of hand. So they basically ended up reusing a lot of the music for for the second year that I did for the first year, and of course, the sound effects too. What on my SoundCloud, like my most popular thing by far is what I call the year two theme. So I did do some music for year two, basically like two songs. It was like some walking around music, which I don't know if that even like survived.
Oh
But
yeah, that made it into the game.
did it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that, and then there's also like the biggest thing on my SoundCloud, which is the year two theme, I'm calling it. And those are like the only two original pieces of music that made it into MNOG2. And the plan was I was going to sort of like do these different songs as the game progressed. And at the end for the big Coley match, I was going to have like all the themes and songs all, go together in like this big Wagnerian production. But, that was not to be. But it was me as far as that goes. So now I'd like to turn to my graphic artist because he's agreed actually to do art for my CD, and that person is known as Iron Duck. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but his name is Andreas Hase Schultz, and I'm going to hopefully show you some of his art here, which is like pretty incredible.
Ooh.
Is that showing?
Yeah.
Oops.
I should also mention we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay, thanks. Well, I'm going to really have to jump ahead then, and I'm just going to have to go to the. This is probably the most finished track that I have so far. So I'm just going to drop this for you and give you the info, and then I guess we're out of here. That went really fast.
Yeah, I mean, we have a little bit of wiggle room if you want to continue with a couple more questions, but we'll see how things go after the track is played.
We'll save the questions for the end. But okay, let me see about sharing this now.
Well, I have to say that was my first time hearing that one too, and that was incredible.
Okay, great. Yeah, that was the first time for everyone. That is, you just saw a world premiere, and that also still is a work in progress. I have to say, it's not, you know, just wanted to get it out for you now so you could hear it. But yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah.
So anyway, quickly, I just want to thank you again, Liam, and all the bonklers out there, because this is really because of you that this project is happening, because it's really your enthusiasm that is really driving this. If not for Liam getting in touch with me about Bionicle Day last year and stuff, I'd thought about doing this project for a long time, but it was realistically never really going to come together. But it's you guys that are making it happen. So this is really like a labor of love for you guys. So thank you, everybody.
And we'd love to have you back in future years, of course.
Well, I would love to be back. So let me quickly tell you, I have to tell you, maybe I can just share my screen and show you this stuff, because I can't log into the Twitch chat and show you my info.
Right.
But let me see how this works. So you can reach me on Twitter at Renegade Wave. It's at Renegade WAV. My DMs are open, so feel free to contact me. My website is Control Central, one word, .info. And the link Bonkle Music, you can sign up for my mailing list there. And also, I just want to shout out to Iron Duck again for his incredible work. And this is his website on DeviantArt. It's deviantart.com/iron6duck.
Very nice. I'll have to check out his work after myself.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, any last things before we run out of steam here?
There is one more question. We have about 5-ish minutes of wiggle room, so I think we can squeeze it in. From Geest of the East, I think it's pronounced. There's 3s in there. Did you look at other remastered soundtracks for inspiration, say Halo Anniversary, or are there artists or composers that have similar styles or perhaps inspired the MNOG sound?
Well, inspiring the MNOG sound, really the thing that got this whole thing, like the nexus of the MNOG sound, was, I think his name's Robin Miller. He did the soundtrack for Myst. And, before this became like a big action figure franchise, nobody really knew what was happening on the project. It was really this nascent thing that I think Templar got from another studio. And my inspiration, like on the beach for that first scene, really came from Myst. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's it's like a quick time, click, point and click thing where you're exploring an island. And I thought, oh, here you are, you came out of a pod, you're on this island. And that was really my inspiration for, like the Tahoe sound and, the beach scene, the observatory. But other than that, I can't really point to like a remastered soundtrack, people that I'm listening to now. I'm really trying to stay like inside the Bionicle head, referencing like the old music that I did, and just trying to, like, the challenge is really to keep it sounding Bionicle, like to make it something new, but to keep it true to the old thing, and not, you know, not make it into something that's not, like really just a revisit it, but not like mess it up, you know. It's like keep a clean campsite kind of thing. So you know, hopefully we're getting there.
Yeah. Anyways, unfortunately, I think we are out of time now.
Okay, well, listen, thanks everybody. Thanks again, Liam and Beaverhouse. Appreciate it, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Right, cheers. Bye bye.